Hey, you guys, what's going on? Happy Thursday. Yesterday, I released that I'm going to be doing a goal coaching session on YouTube. I'll use a YouTube live format for that. And unfortunately, because my account is so new, I'm not monetized already, I'm not able to share my screen with you. So I wanted to give you some just really good information, really good resources or tools that you can use during that goal coaching session. I'll probably allude to these things. I'm going to talk about these things, but again, I'm not going to be able to show you. So I wanted to put together some screen records now so that you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you're unsure when you come to that meeting, or if you don't have time to view them, that's cool. They're going to be right here on YouTube for you. So bear with me. First, we're going to talk about the format that I'm using specifically to write down and track my goals. And then secondly, I'm going to show you a really, really valuable tool on how to track your time and get super efficient at optimizing your time. I do truly believe in working very hard, but I also would agree that, we want to work smarter and not always harder. We want to be really in control of our energy, right? And that's kind of what nutrition becomes about for me is you're in control of your energy, and everything you do requires great energy. So those are the two tools I'll show you: the format that I am using for my goals and tracking, and then a really great tool on how to track your time. So let's dive right in. All right, here we go. This is my 2023 goals and tracker. I'm doing it. I just think Excel is so organized. I can access this sheet from anywhere. And my goal for my goals is to always be recording these things day of. So I'm doing it as I go. It's super easy to set up. My column A is going to be my primary goal. My column B is my secondary goals or my mini goals. How am I going to do this thing right here? Well, here's how I'm going to do it. And then mine starts on the 3rd. Mine started on Tuesday. My fiance and I were on vacation. We knew very well that our year and our goals were kind of going to kick off when we went back to work. So we had Monday off. We took that day, and then Tuesday hit the ground running. So that's why mine starts on the 3rd. Yours might start on the 1st. If you're already doing something, then go ahead and backlog. I would say this is the best time to do it while it's most fresh in your mind. And maybe yours just starts today when you're seeing this video, which could be any time. Maybe it starts on the 10th of January when I'm hosting my goal coaching session. So it doesn't matter when. I think I said this in the video the other day too. You don't have to start your goals on the 1st. On a Monday. You're in total choice, and those benchmarks can feel good, but they're arbitrary. So let's talk about column A first. My primary goals here: I want to move 6 out of 7 days a week. Some kind of fitness, I want it to happen. And movement, I'll get into kind of the details of this, and you'll understand the wording here more come Tuesday. So I hope to see you then. One day is going to be a total rest day. I want to set myself up for a race, although at this time, I don't know which one. I've been having health issues. I'm super excited to feel recovered and feel ready to lay some foundation for my fitness. And then, I'll gradually amp up the intensity and things like that over the coming months. So I want to be able to say yes and have confidence in my fitness if there comes a race, a triathlon, a CrossFit competition, maybe it's a long run type thing, a trail run, whatever. I just want to be able to say yes if something strikes me. And so ways that I want to do this, honestly, some of these might change because I'm having a lot of fun getting my cardio in, as you can see. But I do want to weight lift a few times a week. I want to run. I want to make sure that I'm keeping up with my mobility so that I can keep moving my body. And then I think that doing some breath work a few times a week is going to be extremely beneficial to me as well. These are my how-to steps, and we'll talk a lot more about these details and what that might look like for you. But right now, just giving you kind of the most important information in short. My next goal here is to either read 2 books each month or get a minimum of 90 minutes of some kind of education per day. I'm a nutrition coach, as you know, and so my job is to stay on top of the latest and greatest in science, and I want to make sure that I'm constantly learning and relearning and refreshing, and I love to do that. I love devoting my time to that. So what I'm going to do here is track my time. Yes, I want to read 2 books a month, but that can look really different It could be an audiobook, it could be an actual book, but I figure that if I get my 90 minutes a day, I'll naturally finish those 2 books. It's really likely I'll surpass it. Maybe later on, after a couple of months, March, April, maybe that goal is like, hey, I'm actually cranking through 3 books. I want to push this to 4. I want more. I always want more. So that may be a goal that I revise later on. But right now, 24 books this year, that's like 20 more books than I read last year, if I'm being completely honest with you. And so I'm really excited to just continue to expand my brain. 90 minutes a day is my goal. And so education, this could include any kind of video, like YouTube videos, as long as they're educational, they're from appropriate sources. And that could be to do with nutrition, but it could be to do with something that also affects nutrition, or maybe there's a crossroads of nutrition in another industry or topic. And I think I'm in such a cool position to be able to study whatever the hell I want. So what I've chosen to do is simply track my time. I'm off to a pretty good start so far, including this morning already. Got a couple good educational videos in the bank talking about nutrition, inflammation, insulin, and hormones. I'm just loving it. So that's how I'm going to do this goal right here. I'm going to make sure that I get my 90 minutes a day, and I'm simply tracking my time. From there, E, and some dairy. I am carnivore. So if you've been following my journey a little bit, you'll know that I eat only animal-based products. And so whenever I go a full day without consuming any sugar or processed foods, I get to fill in these 2 guys right here. Now listen, you're probably looking at these colors and the way I have it set up. I really like purple. Go to my website, check it out. I'm a purple girl. And so I just wanted this to be appealing and fun for me to look at. So yeah, use emojis, use colors, set it up however you like it. Yours might look like this. Maybe all of your goals are going to be more like these secondary goals, and you might not want to write these down. It's honestly however you want to do it. There's absolutely no one right way. This is how I'm enjoying doing it. And you'll find I'm only 3 days in, and it's already extremely satisfying for me to come in here right after I got my skiing done this morning. We have a ski erg. I set my goal at a 5K. I did it. I'll record my time, something like 24 something. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. But I was like on the ski erg, like, oh my goodness, I can't wait to check this box on my tracker. And that's what it's all about. We're going to talk about different variations of reaching your goal and what these things can mean when we meet on Tuesday. So absolutely show up, make some time for it. And you'll find that it's much easier to take steps towards your goals than maybe you thought before. We can kind of get lost with our goal out on the horizon. We lose sight of it. We get off track. We can't quite, see where we're going, or we're not intentional about where we're going. And then the next thing you know, you're like, oh man, I'm never going to get there. That's not true. We can stretch out these, timelines. Now, all of my primary goals are behavior change goals rather than endpoints. If I knew what race I wanted to do and when it was, I'd probably put that maybe right here in 4A, where I would say I'm running, I'm not doing this, but an example would be I'm going to do the whole Big Hurt out here on the Olympic Peninsula by myself, and I got to train all these different modalities. So I might put that in there. I might put the date in there as well. The Big Hurt, it's like September 20 something. And I would, my mini goals would then represent the things that I need to do to accomplish the Big Hurt, or to finish the Big Hurt, or to place top 5, whatever that goal ends up being. So that's more of an endpoint goal. And again, my goals here are more behavior change, and here's what I want to do to enforce or reinforce that behavior change. Just things that maybe I got away from that I'm recommitting to. So movement, education, and then nutrition, 3 of my top core values. It's not surprising to see that my goals align with my core values. So this is how I'm doing it. Just in short, I want to keep it super simple. When you show up to Goal Coaching Tuesday, bring something like this, have something like this ready so that you can just follow right along and dive right in and get going. Make it something that is going to be permanent. Don't let it be like a first draft. Let's do it. Next, I want to show you tracking my time. And so I've got a couple different tabs down here. I believe I'm not doing this anymore, as you can see, but it was highly effective for the short while that I did it. So what we're looking at, lots of entries, lots of different things going on. I was all over the place. Here's what I was doing. Some of this, some of this, some of that. And then I was troubleshooting, like, oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm real with myself. I use 4-letter words. I apologize. I have other things in here, that were essentially extremely unfocused. And what we're really looking for with a time card like this is single tasks done for 15 minutes to an hour, maybe even 2. Here's a really clean day. For a half hour, I just sent messages, reached out, talked with people, enrolled them in what I'm up to. Then I was working on a nutrition, education, and mindset behavior change type course. And I spent a chunk of time working on that course, just sat down, focused in, and got stuff done. And then it looks like I worked to build the course outline further, so I knew the direction I was going in, and I wrapped up for the day. So didn't have a super long day. Without getting too into the weeds here, but you can understand kind of what this should look like and what this should feel like. If you're having those boxes that are like, I did a little bit of this and that in this half hour, then you're not focused and you're not optimizing your time. So this is the best way, in my opinion, to get very real about how you're spending your time. And we want to be aware of how we're spending our time, because we have things like, I want to read for 90 minutes a day. Well, where are those 90 minutes going to go? How am I going to get that done? If I'm spending time doing all of this crazy stuff, and I don't feel organized, I don't feel hyper focused, and I want hyper focused. All right, so those are the two tools that I wanted to show you. I think Google Sheets is excellent. I can access it from my phone, my iPad, my computer. It's always right there. I can always log. There's absolutely no excuse to have to go back and try to remember what you did that day or whatever. So the idea is that you're using those trackers in the moment. It's very intentional, and it also contributes to you being much more intentional with your time. So, have something like that ready to go when you meet with me on Tuesday. Again, that free goal coaching session is a YouTube live. The link is on my Facebook page, and it's on my LinkedIn as well, actually. You don't have to sign up. Just show up, share that link with anyone who's talking about goals, who's maybe never done goals and wants to, or has, and needs some fresh new ideas. That's exactly what I'm hoping I can kind of lend some fresh new ideas and help get you started and keep you on track all year long. Keeping you on track is the goal. It's the how. Those secondary goals, y'all, they're money. So get ready to have some fun. I'll see you Tuesday, January 10th. 5:30 p.m. That's PST, Pacific time. And we'll just go for an hour. I'm going to talk for the first 15 to 20 minutes, kind of set the stage for us. And then we're going to workshop whatever your goals are. And it's likely that your goal is going to be similar or aligned with someone else. So please don't hesitate to share it. I'm super excited to workshop goals with you. I'll see you later. Have a great rest of your week. And I can't wait to connect on Tuesday.